Ready, set, go.
Now the replay is on.
Perfect.
I have nothing prepared. I don't have our little script.
Nope, that's good though, because we don't want our script.
No, we were called out by one of our favorite audience members.
Definitely.
Who called you out? Goofy?
No.
You think he's our favorite listener? He's been our favorite episode guest. We have a pilot guest.
Technically our only episode guest besides the pilot guest.
That's right, and he had an entire week to enjoy that.
Feeqs is about to take the crown there.
Yeah.
All right, you ready for this? Do.
Copyright.
Hello and welcome to Crafting Limelight. I'm Chili.
And I'm Taco.
And this is not scripted.
It's not scripted. Today we have another one of our server mates with us, Feeqs, xFeeqs if you will. Hello Feeqs,
Hello.
Thank you for joining us.
Do you prefer
it going?
X or Feeqs?
Feeqs.
Cool.
Feeqs it is.
Feeqs it is.
So, Chili, you want to just briefly explain what we do here on this podcast?
I'm just going to think for a second. I'm actually speaking and stalling. We talk about what it is like to be on a fledgling content creator SMP and all of the good and bad and the successes and pitfalls that come along with it. How was that?
That was perfect.
Okay, cool.
Well,
And Feeqs, I'm going to level with you. I almost canceled this recording session because I am so very, very tired. I'm in a weird mood. But I decided I'm going to walk the line between being vulnerable and just saying I'm exhausted, but I'm doing the content anyway, and being so exhausted that I'm a downer and it's weird and lame. So let's do this. Time to play sand. Yeah.
all right. So, do you want to kind of go over what we've been up to for the past week? 2 weeks, I guess?
Nope, it's your turn.
Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah. I did the intro.
Well, how about we start out with some personal things we've been doing? I have not done a whole lot, I guess, looking back. Wow, this is bad, huh?
This is so bad. I'm like also just like, what have I been doing?
Yeah.
I think there's something. Feeqs, what have you been up to this week?
How about you?
I've been messing with villagers for like a month now.
What are you trying to get them to do?
With mine carts and stuff and getting all their trades optimized and all that fun stuff.
Cool. So, oh my God, we didn't even like pick out the community questions, but we have some really good ones from Putnam, and I think we have another one from somebody else as well.
For
So
sure.
I'll look those up while we're talking. But this week, because of how very, very tired I am, I wanted to talk about balancing real life with content creation and playing on the server.
That is a good topic. I really like that topic because I think that as adults, I think we all have that. I don't want to say struggle, but we all have to do that.
Yeah, it just comes with the territory, and it just feels super relevant today.
It is one of those days, huh?
I guess so. Yeah. I don't know if like I was just sleep deprived and it just like caught up with me, but man, today just like took me out and I almost canceled. But I didn't want to let you guys down because we had plans. And so I really did push myself to get into a space where I could actually get on the microphone without sounding like a zombie, like a Minecraft zombie. We'll see.
Well,
We'll see how it comes across.
I think it worked well.
Okay, good. But that's something that could contribute to burnout if not managed very carefully. Like if I did that every time, that would be a real problem.
Yeah, definitely.
Feeqs, do you want to chime in here? How is that for you? Because you have young kids, don't you?
Yeah, they're constantly always by my side.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I think the hardest thing for me is like usually I can only record when it's like late at night. So after I work, feed them, get them to bed and everything like that, and then I could kind of record. But most of my projects take a lot to do, so I don't know. You have to really love what you're doing to like make this work.
Definitely. And I think we all do.
Yeah, but even something you love, if it feels like work, I mean, you can make something you love feel like work.
Right.
Yeah. I'm not saying that it doesn't feel like work at times. Like
Yeah.
I definitely gotta get
definitely-
motivated sometimes to
Yeah,
start editing or start recording or
sure.
to figure out when a good spot is to like where I got enough progress to work and start recording again and stuff like that. So it's like
For me
Yeah.
And usually-
personally, sorry to cut you off. For me
You're good.
personally, it's almost challenging for me to record after work, just because I am so like wiped from work, mentally and physically. Ow.
You're like a super early riser, and I don't understand how that's physically possible. What? Don't take this wrong way, but what is wrong with you? How do you do that?
So I'm like, I don't want to say opposite schedule of everybody else, but like, I go to bed early and I wake up early rather than staying up late and waking up late. And even when I say go to bed early, 9 times out of 10, I still fall asleep on the couch, like well before my time I go to bed.
Really? It's
Oh,
just
yeah.
your like circadian rhythm is just that?
I don't know. I mean, like winters are obviously worse. I'm in a more northern hemisphere, so it's dark. Like currently, right now, it's getting dark at 4:30.
Yeah.
So it's a challenge to keep my eyes open that late at 4:30 p.m.
Yeah.
But that being said, it doesn't make any sense because then it's still dark in the morning when I wake up. But I think just having the rested eyes
Yeah.
kind of helps,
Yeah. Well, it works out nice for me because our schedules line up like more than most other American, European people.
Sure.
But
So
you just said that, yeah.
I was going to say just the work, well, real life, in-game life balance. I'm about to die. I'm sorry. I just realized I haven't been eating.
For people who don't realize that we're playing Minecraft while doing this podcast, could be quite confused. So if anyone is only listening to the podcast, we have a YouTube video version of this that shows us. We're doing just kind of a mindless task. We're going to make a cool recording studio in Minecraft. And yeah, that's what we're doing while we're recording. So just so you know, feel free to check it out.
Yeah,
or don't.
Little context. I'm not going to die like IRL.
Sound like your work-life balance was deadly.
Yeah, so
this Guardian Monument's gonna be the recording studio.
Yep.
Yeah.
We just have a long way to go before we get to it. Or before we finish it anyhow.
It was just like an impulsive thing. I was like, I feel like our studio should be underwater somewhere. And then we just ran with it.
So, but the work-life balance thing for me, like I try to stick to a pretty solid schedule. I don't have kids, so for me, it's probably a lot easier for those who do.
Buddy, cover your ears.
So, like I say, oh, somebody slept for me. Like I say, it is probably easier for me than some. But it is still a challenge, like I said, I don't personally, I have a hard time recording after work in the evenings just because I am tired. So I try to do most of my recording either on weekends or early in the morning before work. But then I always try to, set aside specific blocks of time to, continue having a real life, I guess you could say.
That's smart.
Doesn't always work out perfectly, but I do my best.
Of course, yeah. You said that you prefer recording in the mornings. Oh, it's a long pause. I'm so much more of a night owl naturally, and I thought that after the kids go to bed would be a much better time for me to do recording and to do projects and stuff, but I actually found that I am much more lively in the mornings, and my content is better when I record in the morning. So that surprised me. I try to record in the mornings much more often than I expected at all. Or like if I was going to stream in the evening, I'm just too wiped to put on the face, you know, both literally like put on makeup and also just like put on the I'm in a peppy mood face. It's so much harder for me to muster that in the evening.
Streaming, I think a lot of people underestimate streaming. Like it takes a good amount of energy.
Oh, it does.
I think to be a good streamer.
I did streaming initially before doing YouTube videos because I was like, well, that's a lot easier. It's way less like time investment because you
post-production.
Yeah, exactly. There's no post-production. It's just you just do it. You get on. Oh my gosh, I have not streamed in so long because I just find it very, very hard to find that energy to make me want to do that. So I really prefer videos right now and editing them because I have a lot more flexibility with filming all the segments and all of the voice stuff. So
xFeeqs, you've never been much of a streamer, have you?
No, not really.
Yeah, I've never known you to stream.
No, I don't think I've ever streamed on this channel at all.
No?
What?
No.
What brought you to making YouTube videos?
It was just something I've always wanted to do. Like I know I have like the oldest channel on the server. I don't think anyone's been doing it since 2013.
That was something I wanted to ask you. You have been doing it for a long time, so okay, we'll move on to that later. But yeah, let's keep going. What brought you to make YouTube videos?
Well, see, like I don't know. I just always I always wanted to make Minecraft YouTube videos because I always thought I had like interesting ideas and creations and stuff, and I feel like I play the game differently than most people do. I don't necessarily build. I always like doing like the more mechanical side of things and making weird devices and machines and stuff. And I just wanted to kind of share that with one to see what other people's opinions were and thoughts of it and stuff like that. And that's essentially it. Like,
well, you do come up with some pretty awesome contraptions.
Mm-hmm. Is the community feedback important to you? Like, I feel like that's kind of like might be an obvious question, but
yeah, I mean, I definitely prefer feedback and stuff like that, whether it's positive or negative or whatever, as opposed to just not knowing what's going on. But
for sure, yeah. Either way, it's engagement. It's interesting to hear that feedback. Have you gotten negative feedback?
I mean, I have on older videos and stuff, but nothing. Really, I mean, I'm not that big of a YouTuber, so I mean...
Yeah.
Hey, man, you're bigger than a lot of us, though.
That's true, yeah. How many subscribers do you have?
I'm at 215 right now.
That's so great.
Awesome. Yeah, well, the height of my channel, I was at like 3-something, and then when I, took that 8-year break to focus on my career, like, I dropped down to like it was like 180 or something like that is what I dropped down to. So I lost like almost half my channel.
Oof.
Yeah, but like right when my channel was starting to like really do well, I started getting like offers for promotions and stuff, which was going to take more time and energy. And I just put my energy into that because it was actual money as opposed to future money, I guess. Or I mean, I may have never blown up. You know what I mean? Like nothing was guaranteed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like all hypothetical. Yeah.
How hard was it? Like, I guess, handling or dealing with the two things: one, the negative feedback, and two, the losing the subscribers during that break.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say it was hard at all. I just like completely gave up on my YouTube channel, so like I didn't really post anything or even look at it or anything. So I had no idea where it was. Yeah. I would never thought I was. Well, I always wanted to get back into it, but I wanted to make sure like my job was in a decent spot. So like I didn't come from a very wealthy family at all, so like I didn't have the best equipment when I first tried recording. Like it looks like I'm recording on a potato. Like it's terrible. The audio was horrible, the video was horrible. You could barely see what was going on. So like I had a major disadvantage just from that. And then I had no way to really edit videos besides Windows Movie Maker. So like when I got a job and then I had opportunity to make more money, I always wanted to get back into recording, but I was gonna wait till like I had my job kind of stable and you know I could actually invest money into it and stuff.
Yeah.
Sure.
Which now I'm at that point.
Well, that's kind of
awesome.
like more impressive that your production quality was low and you were still able to capture people's attention.
Yeah, I think it was a different game back then though.
And
How
also,
so?
Well, it's not as flooded as it is now.
Okay, that
True.
was literally, I remember now, that was actually the question that I had prepared and I wanted to ask you about. Really, I wanted to ask you just your perspective on making content in such a saturated market.
Like the difference?
I don't know, just like if that changes your strategy or if that changes your mindset, if that changes your content.
It does a little bit. I'm putting more effort into my content than I was before. Like prior, I was able to like make a video a week, like no problem. Even 2 videos a week because I basically just recorded and then I just threw the clips together. I didn't really put any effort into editing or changing up like edit styles or anything like that. And now you have to. You can't get away with doing stuff like that anymore. No one's gonna watch it.
If
you gotta have catchy thumbnails. Yeah, if you have to stand out and have to have catchy thumbnails, which I'm still not used to doing, and I really don't want to do, but like I know I'm gonna have to at some point.
Sure.
What do you mean? Like at some point you haven't been doing that?
I have not made a thumbnail ever.
Wait, really? What do you do?
Do you just do screenshot?
I just picture. Yeah, just picture. No, I don't even do a screenshot. I just picture like it just picks some random point in the video and it.
Oh, the default ones?
Okay. Use the YouTube generator.
Yeah, the YouTube picked one. That's what I've been doing. That's what I've always done. Yeah,
madman.
That's probably part of my problem.
The thumbnail thing though, like that can be tricky too. Like me personally, I like you said, you kind of have to have nowadays a strategic one. Yeah. So I've been playing around with a lot of different things, and I mean, there's been a few thumbnails that I've spent hours making, and that's a challenge to me. You know, you spend hours making a thumbnail, hoping that it helps, and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, so I mean, like it's more the thumbnail is like the most important part. Like you really should be making your thumbnail first because that's what initially gets them to click on it. It's almost more important than what's in the video itself.
I have heard that.
Yeah, like I kind of hate that, to be honest with you.
I don't know how I would make my thumbnail first. Like, I'm trying to conceptualize that I'm telling a story. Like, I can conceptualize telling a story with my content, but I can't conceptualize knowing what the story is in advance because I'm kind of discovering it as I go. And so how do you authentically find a story when you're making I think you're supposed to have like
I think the idea is you have an idea of what type of story you want to tell or the idea of what it is you're going to do in your video. You start making the thumbnail and you just kind of tweak it as you go along because your ideas and everything are going to change as the video develops and stuff. But I guess you really should make like the thumbnail and title first, and then that gives you a guideline for your video, what you would want your video to be, and then it kind of helps with like I guess process.
Yeah.
That's what I'm being told.
Did you say make a title also first?
Yeah, the title and the thumbnail is the most important part of the video.
Sorry, I zoned out for a second trying to figure out what you're doing over there, Chili. But yes, I've also heard the same thing. Is that you should make a title first, along with the thumbnail, and then make your video in line with what that portrays.
Yeah.
Which I have yet to do, I'll be honest.
Oh yeah, I haven't done it either. Like my title comes last, and then like the thumbnail never comes. So it's like
I change my titles so often.
Really?
So often, all the time.
Well, see, I plan on going back and like at some point and adding thumbnails to all my older videos.
Oh, you should. That would be really cool. You would get so many hits.
I do plan on doing it. In theory, I don't know.
You should. You should. I've
totally
really seen a big difference when I make changes to the thumbnail, when I make changes to the title, the description, tags a little bit, but not necessarily in a good way. Because I've been really noticing the difference between clickbait and kind of click trap style, like the difference between, does this very accurately describe the content and catch people's attention, or is it just catching people's attention and then they click away when they realize that it doesn't actually match their interest or like what they hoped the video would be. Right. So I'm trying to have it be very authentic and attention grabbing. So that's a struggle that I think everyone can relate to who's making content.
Definitely.
Just finding your ideal audience. Yeah.
That's a tough one for me. Yeah. I mean, I think it's a tough one for anybody who's young into this.
Do you mean young or like new?
New. I don't mean young in age. I mean like you like a baby in content creation.
Young at heart.
Yep.
Inexperienced.
Inexperienced. So Feeqs, you'd mentioned a little bit that you like to do more kind of like technical stuff rather than building so much. I'm kind of curious what got you into that. Omni told us his story with that.
I don't know. I guess it's just the way I've always been.
You've been a redstoner since you started out?
That's what captured my... Yeah, that's since I was born. Yeah, I guess it's like an engineering part of my brain. I guess I don't know. But like I've always been interested in engineering and like how things work and how things function and stuff. And then that's what captured my attention and kept me playing the game. Basically, was Redstone.
Okay,
that's really similar to what Omni said.
Yeah,
that's what kept him invested in it.
See, and I'm a little opposite myself. I've always enjoyed the building aspect, and just recently I'm starting to get into the redstone kind of aspect. I'm total redstone noob. Anything technical.
I'm okay. Like, it's my actual child, I think he was probably like 6 at the time, had to help me make my first redstone door that opened with a key, like with a password, like a named item. And he had to help me decipher the YouTube tutorial to figure it out. And now, look at me now, Ma. I'm making daylight trapped beds. Yeah.
Yeah. Savage.
So I can figure my way. It's not efficient. It's not pretty. It's embarrassing. Omni should be mad that you thought it was him.
I definitely thought it was Omni at first.
Feeqs, what are your plans for content creation, or what are your goals?
I mean, I don't know. My goal now is to get more videos out. Like I need to get a lot more content than what I'm currently doing. But like,
how do you measure
my
that?
My ultimate goal, like I mean, I don't know. I think I should be doing more than like 2 videos a month. Maybe I want to try and get to the point where I'm doing at least 1 video a week.
Yeah. Okay.
Is like my goal.
Yeah.
That's a good goal.
Yeah. It's just between the kids, it's very difficult. Kids working. I mean, I work like 60 hours a week. I mean, and I drive an hour one way. And I drive an hour one way to work each way.
That's crazy. So, that's something that Europeans do not appreciate. Like that blows their minds to drive such long distances.
If you drive an hour in Europe, you're gonna end up on the other side of the country.
Yeah, it's just saying.
Or yeah, just yeah. If I drive an hour, I would be in Austria, or maybe a couple hours to get through Austria to get to Italy, but still, that's a commute for some people. And here it's like an international vacation.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it's not fun. I gotta drive through Amish country.
Ooh, horse and buggy.
Horse and buggy, yeah.
Yep.
I don't know how. Like, I'm like dead asleep every time I'm walking. Like, I don't even know how I get to work. To be honest with you, like it's not good to say, but I really don't. And like, that's one of my biggest fears.
Yeah, especially like I know, I've drove through some of that area also. I mean, I don't know where you live, but I've drove through some heavily Amish populated area, and a lot of times there's a lot of hills, and when you're going over a hill and you can't see the other side, if there's a horse and buggy on the other side, it can be pretty dangerous.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
no, you literally meant like horse and buggy, like you have to watch out for them on the road?
Yeah.
Yeah, little horse and buggy.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Yeah,
I had
they got
in my
Amish
head.
school buses and everything. Like,
what does an Amish school bus look like?
it's just like a big carriage with a bunch of kids in it, and there's like 5 or 6 horses in front of it.
Wow.
Now I've never seen one of those. That's impressive.
Yeah.
Cool. Today I learned. I'm from the West Coast, so that is like extra foreign to me. That's more foreign to me than Germany. Where were we?
Goals for content creation.
Yeah.
I think we kind of wrapped that up a little bit, but yeah, Feeqs, you'd mentioned you want to do more than 2 a month, and boy, I want to do more than 1 a month.
Yeah.
But it's just, I agree, it's a challenge to find the time as a busy working adult,
Yeah.
And like I said, I don't even have kids.
I mean, yeah, you don't have to be busy. Man.
Oh man.
It's the kid schedule. It's not that people without kids don't have as much to do. It's just that the kid schedule is way less flexible. Like they have constant needs, and you can't just reschedule. Like you can't. It's fully dictated by them.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest difference.
I can imagine just like eating, for example, as an adult, I can kind of fluctuate my eating schedule. Not that I, like to. Nobody likes to get hangry. But
I don't know what was funny.
With children, they get hangry much easier than adults do, I think.
Yeah,
some kids are more sensitive than others. Or some people are more sensitive than others, like the night owls and the early risers. How is it getting the worm every morning, Taco?
Well, I'm the first one to the coffee pot every morning, so that's a plus.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And I actually just mentioned to you my birthday was a month ago, so my family, everybody went in on a electric heated coffee mug for me. Yes. That's the most fantastic thing. It's for anybody listening, if you're coffee drinkers and you're a sipper rather than a chugger, look at Ember coffee mugs. And this is definitely, I'm not getting paid for this, but they are fantastic.
Someday you will.
I'm trying to suggest them to everybody I know. The only unfortunate part is now I drink a lot more coffee because it stays hot for a couple hours.
Dang it, now I want one really bad. Because I've started appreciating, or sort of just like noticing that I really like my coffee to be hot. Like I didn't think I was that sensitive to it before, but I really like it when it's hot. Maybe I should look into
this
that.
One's pretty nice. Like you can adjust the temperature anywhere between, I think, 120 and 160 degrees, if I remember right. And I keep mine pretty low.
Probably a different number in Celsius, but I couldn't tell you. It is,
but you can turn it to Celsius also.
Oh my gosh, Taco! This is like a proper infomercial.
I know, and like I said, I'm not getting paid. Hey, shout out Ember coffee mugs.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, so just super briefly, so we opened up mid-season recruiting and we have 8 fantastic new recruits that are starting soon. But the reason I'm saying that is because one of the questions that we asked them in their interviews is, who is your dream sponsor? And it ended up being the most interesting question of the process. And it was just, I actually haven't answered it. We actually asked the older team members, like team members who have been here longer, to answer that as well. I don't know. It's kind of like the username thing. I feel like it has to like define me as a person and like speak to my values. It's probably not that critical, but maybe that just says more about my personality, that I think that it has to be that meaningful. But Feeqs, I don't have an answer. Yeah, but Feeqs, I'd love to hear from you.
What's your dream sponsor?
I don't know. It'd probably have to be some type of computer company so I can get some free stuff for my PC.
There you go. That's a good answer too. We didn't hear that.
Yeah. Well, I thought about that too. Like, gosh, I don't remember who it was.
AMD and Nvidia.
Yeah, just AMD. Just the newest graphics card all the time.
Yep.
Day one.
Man, I thought about that, but like, would you then advertise that every time in all your videos, or would it just like be in your description?
I mean, if they're your dream sponsor, I'm sure that's what you're already doing.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, have to change your name.
Have a little graphic that pops up on the screen.
Yeah. Hey, how do you guys feel about people advertising or like doing their little sponsorship bits in their content? Is that very disruptive for you, or do you kind of get it? Do you scrub through it? Like what?
It depends on who it is.
Okay.
I watch a lot. I watch a lot of VOO, and his are hilarious.
What does he do? I haven't seen one.
Oh, he does a lot. I can't believe you've never seen him.
He's very creative with it.
Very creative.
He's not just reading a script.
Yeah.
Yep. And his wife is very involved, helping him out also with all of them. And I know he's mentioned before that, I hope I'm not overstepping, but I know he's mentioned before that his wife actually helps him with ideas for those also. But
why would that be overstepping?
Well, I don't know. I don't want to give away his trade secrets, you know.
Why do you think that though? Like, how would you like? You must have like read that somewhere.
I heard him say it on a stream sometime at some point.
See, there you go. It's not a proprietary. Wait, proprietary? Yeah, proprietary secret.
He didn't tell you in private conversation.
He did not tell me in private conversation. Yeah, unfortunately.
Okay. He didn't sign an NDA.
It would have been a lot cooler if he did.
Oh no.
By the way, Taco, this is how you do it.
What about sponsorship bits? What are they called? They're called not clips. What are they called? Segments? No.
Commercials?
No, there's like I'll think of it later. But like sponsorship clips or segments that are intrusive and that kind of turn you off from that person as a creator.
I don't think that, for me personally, I don't think that any of it really turns me off. I think that they're just trying to find another way to make $1, and I respect that. And they're trying to do it in the most creative way possible, rather than, like I just said, have a little graphic pop up on the screen or whatever.
Yeah. There was like a meme that I saw, or like a little cartoon a while back, and it was like saying how in the earlier days of the internet, ads were like a sin and like they were just a crime and we hated them. And at some point, something shifted and people are like, hey man, we all got to make a living. Like, you know, you got to, it just stopped being like such an intrusive thing. So it's interesting that you guys are kind of saying the same thing.
Yeah. I can tell you, I watch a lot of NFL football.
Yeah.
Oh man, I'm just name dropping left and right today, aren't I? I watch a lot of NFL football, and
do you think the NFL is listening?
Hey, it'd be pretty cool if they were, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
But
you're gonna get drafted.
No, I'll get killed in the NFL. But the commercials there are just like overwhelming, and it's live TV, so you can't ever skip them. But I mean, there's times where it's every 30 seconds to a minute,
Yeah. Wait, actually, I said yeah because I know it's more common or like more frequent, much more frequent than it is in Europe. But then I thought about the numbers you said, and that sounds like crazy pants numbers. That can't be right.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. It's not every time, but like there are times where it's every 30 seconds.
That's
it just depends on the game flow.
That's shameless, honestly. That's truly shameless. That sounds so obnoxious. I've really gotten used. Okay, I can't even really say that, but I prefer, let's say, because I don't have a TV at home. I have we have a projector for a laptop, so we watch like streaming services and we project it on the wall. It's pretty great actually. So we don't have commercials hardly ever, but when we have watched German TV, the commercial breaks are much fewer and further between, but they are longer. And I think that's better. It's way better than having them more often.
So I don't know about over there, but even streaming services in the US here are starting to get, commercials and stuff.
Greedy.
Yeah. But I don't want to get too far off topic though.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. It's steer back. It's like semi-relevant. Yeah.
Yeah. Sponsors, I think, are a necessity and completely understandable to me. So.
But I agree that when it's done in a creative way and it's not just like, and now we're going to talk about our sponsor, and it's just like them literally listing the company script. It's better when it's integrated and shows their personality. Like then it's like it remains content at the same time.
Right.
It doesn't feel inauthentic.
Definitely.
Just thinking about you and your coffee.
Chili, do you have those listener questions pulled up in front of you?
No, but I would love to do that, and you can cut the time it takes for me to find it. Okay, Discord. Going to the public Limelight community, which anyone is welcome to join. There is a special...
We'll put a link in the description.
Yeah, there's a special green room for content creators only, and that's where, we can't have everybody join Limelight SMP, but I wanted to open up that kind of supportive community feel and exchanging tips and giving feedback to each other and helping with resources and troubleshooting and stuff. I wanted to bring that to more people, to more content creators. So made the green room. So if you're a content creator, you are very welcome to join. Oh, here's a good one for you, Taco. And also for Feeqs and also for me. Because last time Putnam asked, how long does it typically take for you to edit a video? And then the follow-up question of that, and I was hoping to get to that last time, but we didn't really end up getting to it, is if you made a living from YouTube, would you continue to do your own editing or hire somebody else? And we could even open that up to like hiring somebody to do thumbnails or graphics or any number of things. Like, how much would you outsource if you were making a living from it?
So for me, I think that would be situational dependent. I don't think that if I was making a living from it, I would be doing one series at all. So I think that I would have multiple series, and whether they're all Minecraft or not, I'm not 100% sure at this time. Series, yep. My English is fantastic, okay?
No. It's his first language.
It's my first language. I guess for me, I think I would just have to kind of experiment and see if I could do all the editing, because editing is one of my favorite favorite steps in the process, but it is also a long step. So it's tough for me to answer. Yeah. It is very time consuming. So I think that ideally like to do it all, but if that means that I can't stick to a consistent upload schedule, then I think I would end up having to outsource it.
How about you, Feeks? Or like, what would you outsource and what wouldn't you outsource?
Give me just a second, guys.
Okay, sure. Oh, Putnam actually asked the market saturation question as well. With so much market saturation, what do you think it will take to get noticed or get a decent following?
Oh, we definitely have to give credit where credit's due on that one.
Yeah, definitely.
Way to steal her question, or their question. Way to steal their question.
Okay, I'm back.
It's just a good question. We can't come up with the same thing. Same time, maybe it was just like in my mind, and I just like subconsciously remembered it because it was such a good question.
You know what they say about great minds?
What do they say, Taco?
Great minds think alike.
That is what they say.
Taco's words of the day.
So
yeah, Feeks, what do you think you would hire out if you were doing this full time and getting a full-time income on this?
I think it greatly depends on what made me successful enough to become this, like my full-time job. Is it the quantity of videos? Is it, that really depends on it.
Oh,
because like if I
dang,
yeah, that's a good answer. Because if it's your editing skills and you hire that out, and then they're not as good.
Feeks, that is an answer. Oh my god,
that is a good one.
It's blowing my mind actually. Because what is your signature as a content creator? Yeah. I mean, you're not going to outsource I would totally outsource Redstone builds. I would. I would.
So, 2 Feeks, right?
Yeah.
There you go.
We could do a collaboration.
I love Redstone.
Oh.
I'm doing it for free now, so I mean.
Oh man. I'm like spinning my wheels in my head. I'm like, man, like what would my thing be?
Well, you're next in line. So what would your thing be there? Well, if you're getting a full-time income on this, would you continue doing your own editing or would you hire it out?
I would hire out so much. I know, like what a sellout. But like only with like the cinematics, because I'm just not particularly skilled in that. Like I'm okay, but part of the problem is my hardware. So I just don't have a beefy enough computer to handle a bunch of cinematics. So I would love to have somebody put beautiful shaders on it and like make the most of the storytelling that I'm doing. I would love some help with that. But at the same time, if I'm making a living from it, I've probably been doing it for a little while. I will probably just have more practice and experience under my belt. So maybe I will find my editing groove over time the way Taco has. Because I don't know, you said that you didn't like it at first and you've just like discovered a love for it, for editing.
I didn't like it because of the program I was using.
Oh, okay.
But after I discovered like how good of a program Resolve is, that it's changed my mind.
Oh, okay.
We should
use them prior to Resolve.
Actually, I don't want to say just because I've dogged it so much. A smaller program.
A free program?
It actually wasn't, and Resolve is free.
Oh, damn.
At least I use the free version.
Okay, yeah, I do too.
But I'll take that question, though, to another level and say, what would you like to hire out right now if you could?
Oh my god, I don't know. Editing.
Because I have editing. Well, what's your price?
Hey, I actually do have an idea for you, actually. I wanted to talk to you about it, about something else for editing.
So for me, I would love, like, and I have someone that I do want to talk to about this, but I would love to see, like, an animated intro for either my own personal channel that I could just, some short 10-second little animated intro of me in my Minecraft skin.
Yeah.
And whether that's for a specific series or for my entire channel as a whole, or like maybe an overlay with a transparent background, I think that could add a lot of life to the videos.
Ooh, I wanna get custom like graphics and stuff. Like people have like pretty custom like stream packs and stuff
Yep.
with all their
Yep.
different screens and like a brand kit. Oh, that would be so cool. That would be
Yep.
really nice. That would give a little polish.
Definitely.
Mostly I just need better hardware. That's like the number one investment. If I ever started making money off of my content, that's the absolute first thing that I would do. I started a little Ko-Fi page for me and my imaginary fan base of 80 people, which is probably at least like half just like legit people that I know. But there are like, but probably 40 people that I don't know. So that's pretty cool actually. But I started a Ko-Fi page for the for like the what's that called? The dream board. What's that called? Is that what it's called?
I don't know.
It's called whatever, like the manifesting. I'm faking it till I make it. So I'm pretending that I'm a monetized creator and that people would want to subscribe to.
Well,
Yeah. Anyway.
you heard it, everybody. Go
Yeah.
go hit Chili's Ko-Fi page up right now and buy our coffee. Link in the description.
You really don't have to buy me anything, but through the Ko-Fi page is a link to my private Discord, my chili salsa bowl community Discord, which is also me and like podcast people. So me and my imaginary fan base, but it's okay.
You got to start somewhere.
Yeah. Feeqs, do you have anything like that? Do you have a community Discord?
I do not.
Or have you thought about like building a community as part of content creation and like marketing?
Not in particular, no.
Okay.
I mean, I would if like the time came for it, but like I don't have enough time to do stuff like that. It wouldn't turn out very good.
Okay.
Maintaining a community definitely takes a lot of work.
Oh, definitely.
If you're going to do it yourself.
That's something to outsource, guys.
That is something to outsource.
We have interns.
Feeqs, what are you doing?
I'm tired of getting shot by guardians.
Oh,
Oh my god. He's got a point.
I just turn around and there's a giant tower up into the sky.
Yeah.
And now it's raining.
It's that Emperor's New Groove meme of like, no, he's got a point. I love that movie.
Yeah, me too.
It's a good one.
I've never seen it.
I thought you hadn't. I was gonna say, I told you that the other day, and you said you'd never seen it. And then I sent you that really long article about how it was like the weirdest Disney movie that's ever been made, and there'll never be another one like it.
I took that shot for you, Chili. Just so you know.
Thank you, Feeqs.
As I was falling, I got sniped.
All right, so what do we have coming up? What's everybody got coming up here in the next
in the next hour? I have something.
The next little bit of time here.
Well, we've got our 8 recruits who are starting in an hour. There's going to be a live stream. It'll be long over by the time the podcast gets released, but that's going to be an event. I have never seen Goofy so serious and so organized about anything.
Yeah, me neither. It's a little concerning.
Kind of sweet, actually. Oh, you say it's concerning. I'm like, it's sweet.
No, it's scary.
2 different opinions.
But at least he's not doing like the instant massacre thing.
Yeah, he's giving them a chance. I'm still going to defend them.
It's nice. It's hide and seek. It's a game. So
it's hide and seek until they're sought, and then it's kill them.
They signed up for this. I'm probably going to try and save them too.
And to be fair, they do know what they're getting into, so
yeah, we fully warned them about the no zero deaths policy.
Yep.
But that's my biggest thing. Then looking forward to is just getting to actually play with the new members because they're all so wonderful. So
definitely, I need to start working on a mud shop. I've got the farm done, the machine done, and then I just need to get it built done to actually like sell it.
Every time
Whatever
you
happened
mention
to
them,
our sugar shop?
That's a good question. That is a very good question.
Abandoned
I'm just gonna put a
projects.
chest in my.
A time-honored Minecraft tradition.
You should definitely just put a chest in your shop, Feeqs.
Yeah, I feel like it's been enough time. How many months ago was this?
Oh, at least 3.
3 months
Wait,
has been that long?
A shop, a chest for what?
Shulkers.
For shulker shells.
Were you like holding off because Taco was gonna make a shop?
Well, Fire was supposed to make the shop.
I saw something that looked like a weird shulker box in the caves beneath KP. Okay.
That was it.
So she said that, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But I'm looking forward to the new recruits starting, and I would say there's a good chance maybe one of them are going to be our next guest.
Yes. No, actually, I wanted to give them a little chance to settle in, and I was going to invite Anki to be our next guest. So we'll see if he has time. If not, it'll be another surprise.
Well, do we want to wrap this up, Chili?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know if we got enough of our recording stuff, but I feel like we've covered a lot of ground in this one.
Yeah, I think we talked about a lot.
Yeah. And I think there was less dead air this time. Fewer pauses. Fewer ums.
Just while you were looking for the
yeah, you can
questions.
play a little brief elevator music to signify the little wait there.
Yep.
Dead air. Don't include that.
Well, I think that's going to wrap it up then, I suppose. Feeqs, greatly appreciate you joining us today.
This was a great episode. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we made a lot of headway on some things.
Let's come over to the portal. This ugly dirt portal platform thing.
Jeez.
And do our outro on this classy creation.
Don't be hating on the portal.
Oh, the portal's fine. It's this. It's this dirt.
This will go away soon enough.
This floating dirt and this dirt bridge.
Do I just get to keep all this extra sand?
Yes, that's your little goodie bag.
That's my goodie bag.
It's the sand.
It's a good thing I filled up right before the end then.
Yeah. Shameless.
Oh man. Well, everybody,
good times.
Don't forget to go check out Feeqs' channel.
Yeah.
Don't forget to go buy Chili a coffee on her Ko-Fi.
We're not.
And
check out Ember.
And
the
check
heated
out Ember coffee mugs. Yep.
Yes. Cool. And hopefully we'll have our next episode out in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
We're talking to no one, Taco. Oh, yeah. Hey, okay, do a fade out during this, but Omni said that we should continue the conversation like how news anchors do.
Yep, he told me the same thing.
You said it just like Omni told me the same thing. He does that too.
So the camera's just gonna fade away from us off into the distance right now.
Yeah. We'll hear just the last little remnants of chatting.
Yep. Goodbye.
Okay, I'm gonna stop the recording now.
All right, recording's done.
That was good. That was cute.